Yeah, man. Yeah.
Hey, yo. What is up? Happy Wednesday, March Madness Eve, Hump Day, pre-Longhorn basketball day of summer. If you celebrate, as I do, it's a great day. This feels like it literally does feel like Christmas Eve, where it's like
every year. It's just like an extra little oomph.
And it's like Christmas where you know what the present is. And it's awesome. And it's an awesome present.
It's great.
It's like, oh, I'm going to get a car tomorrow. I know it.
I just love not being in school right now. Because like the company I work for, like my boss and like everybody, like understands.
Yeah.
They're all like, it's okay, get some work done in the morning. We'll see what happens in the afternoon when the games start.
Yeah,
it's it's understood. It's just like an understood thing. No productivity is going to happen.
It's the least productive day in probably the American calendar year.
Probably.
I would agree.
Probably.
Yeah, it's the first time we don't have school. I just like watch games without a teacher.
Yeah.
Like
crack open a cold one.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Watch the
I'm so
15
excited.
seed.
I'm so from the hours of when's tip off 12:15 something like that.
Yeah.
To hello from Alabama. What's up? From Indiana, how we doing? Happy Christmas Eve. Happy March Madness Eve. Yeah, dude, from 12:15 to about, I think the last tip-off's like 11. So it's going to be
it's gonna be a long day.
Almost 1 a.m. Like, people like to say, like, oh, like, fans, whatever, like, athletes, like, have a hard job. Our job's harder. We have to sit there for 12 hours and watch and sweat and bet and lose.
Money.
And guess what? As soon as we lose, we got to get right back. There's a new slate of games.
Right. You don't have time to dilly-dally around. You don't have time to whine.
If Alabama gets upset tomorrow, do they play tomorrow? Yeah, they'll play tomorrow. If Alabama gets upset tomorrow, they lose to no. Who won that game? Corpus Christi? Texas A&M? Corpus Christi, something like that?
Yeah.
Their campus is crazy. Have you seen their campus?
It's the nicest shit.
Dude, you got to see their campus. It's nuts.
Texas schools are different, man. They're so nice.
This is like, it looks like a Florida school. Thanks for everyone for tuning in on TikTok, YouTube. What's up, everyone?
Oh, is it in like South Padre or something? Like on the beach?
It's an island.
It's an island?
Look at that. Everyone look up Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude, that's their campus. It's just their own little oasis.
Like their own little...
I didn't know Texas had it like that. Shout out to Texas A&M Corpus Christi. I thought it stood for community college, to be honest. That's on me. That's disrespectful. I apologize.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Very excited. Everyone watching on YouTube, we're going to go through Jake's bracket here in a second. It's going to be a shorter show because I think just this whole week, everyone's kind of like on a different schedule.
I think just on edge.
On edge and like, it's like, all right, let's just like, how can we speed this up and get closer
to Thursday?
Yeah. And once that hits, you want time to slow down. Mm-hmm. It's like when you have a school week and a field trip on Friday.
You're just
that whole week, you're not really locked in like you should be.
Your mind isn't on anything else.
Yeah, so we're gonna be as efficient as possible with shows, and we have a lot of content out that you should go watch, like Battleflix. You're actually gonna be big on Good Time today. You got the Bum Now, and then in about 2 hours, your first Battleflix playoff game goes live. Everyone should tune in for that.
Yeah,
it's gonna be electric. From what I remember, it was a very electric matchup. So.
It was an electric matchup.
So really go watch, find out who wins, find out if Jake survives to see another day. It's March across the board. Battleflix, March Madness. Everyone's invited to go watch. Thursday I'm buying Wingstop, so I'm in a good place. I go B-Dubs.
B-Dubs is great. Domino's is good if you want pizza route.
Yeah. We don't really have a Wingstop. I'm not really familiar with Wingstop's wings. Do we have a Wingstop?
I think on 32. I think. That Papa John's.
B-Dubs is divisive. People either love it or they hate it.
Gives me the shits.
I love B-Dubs.
Really?
I would eat B-Dubs forever.
My toilet
something
doesn't
about
agree
it.
with it.
But yeah, I love B-Dubs. Before we get to your bracket, we revealed my bracket on Monday. Went through every single game. If you guys want to go see that, you can check that out on the YouTube channel. Before we get to Jake's bracket, we have some not breaking news, but just exciting news. The bitch is dead.
Whoa.
He's gone. Aaron Rodgers is out of the NFC North.
Whoa. Came in hot.
Came in hot. I've been holding on to this one for a while. He's gone.
All right. He's not gone, actually. He's a Jet. He's a New York Jet now.
Well, he's gone. He doesn't exist in my mind anymore. Because the only time I would ever see him.
You guys play the Jets?
Doesn't matter. He's a lot to say. Freddie's hurt. Tough Dodger spring. Baseball, get out of here. Baseball,
this
no.
This ain't
baseball time.
This ain't baseball
This ain't baseball time.
No
Honestly, I respect baseball fans right now who are like, World Baseball Classic, spring training. If you're committed to the game like that, all respect in the world to you.
I don't.
It's not the time. It's not our time. I do respect, imagine, like, 15 upsets at 2 tomorrow. You're like, spring training. Imagine having a 3 TV setup. And you got, like, Cubs-Dodgers up there.
You got somebody.
Like, what do we, like, I kind of respect it.
What are we doing, man?
Good morning to Kevin. What's going on? I've seen this movie. He's a Viking in a year or two. Meeks, don't you do that.
Oh, my God. How would you feel about that? You'd have to accept him.
Oh, yeah. No.
You'd have to accept him as a fan, I mean.
It depends where he's at.
He's your quarterback.
So,
it's like being an American.
Okay,
you vote for a president. You don't get the one you want. He's still your president.
Yeah.
You can't hate him.
People are comparing to the Favre situation. It's very different. I think Favre retired, and came back, all this stuff, and this is gonna sound different or like wrong just based off recent news on Brett Favre. Brett Favre was way less of a scumbag. Way less of a scumbag than Aaron Rodgers. And I'm aware given recent
Was he?
That's just how bad Aaron Rodgers is of a person. Aaron Rodgers. I tune in, finally get the clarity that I need that he's a Jet. It's been rumored, it's been all over the place. I want to hear from the loser's mouth himself.
Mm-hmm.
And you hop on, and he's like, on day 3 of my darkness retreat, I was sitting there, I was thinking about retirement. Day 4 in the darkness, I was thinking about coming back. And as I emerged from the darkness...
What was day 1 and day 2?
I don't know, dude.
He didn't say anything?
And then, because as I emerged from the darkness, I was 90% ready to retire, 10% I want to play. But then, he said, basically, the Packers... We're like, we're moving on because, like, you went into a dark hole for a couple days. Like, we got to figure out our shit over here. He was like, we're going to figure it out now. And then Rodgers was like, you know what? Screw you then. I'm going to go play. I'm going to go play for the Jets. And he's literally playing out of spite.
I respect it.
No.
I respect that.
But if you're
that's something I would do.
If you're a Jet fan,
well, he's going to want to win.
Why do you want a guy who is 90% ready to retire?
That team... I'm not gambling advice. Sprinkle a little cash.
Sprinkle
a little cash. Not gambling advice.
I think the world's opening up to how annoying and scumbaggy of a person Aaron Rodgers is.
Yeah, he's dramatic.
And he's a loser.
He's very dramatic.
And it's all me. And then the Jets franchise, sure, you might get two years max of like a playoff caliber team. Dude, but as soon as he's gone, he's going to suck your franchise dry. He's going to suck all the blood out of your franchise until you're just a corpse of a franchise, and you'll have nothing come 2025. Do you really want that, Jets fans?
They're going to go for a Super Bowl, dude.
But not getting it.
They could.
They're not beating the Chiefs. They're not beating the Bills. They're not beating the Bengals.
Bills choke in the playoffs.
Okay. So have you met Aaron Rodgers? Have you met Aaron Rodgers?
He's won a Super Bowl before.
10 years ago.
He knows what it's like, though.
10 years ago. And then he's lost.
Well, I understand that you are very sensitive about it.
I'm not even sensitive anymore. He's gone.
I understand you're sensitive about it, but that Jets team...
Bing bong, the bitch is dead.
...is fucking good.
They're a great team.
Brees Hall is going to be back.
Great. They're a great team. But they have Aaron Rodgers, their quarterback.
They're bringing Lazard.
Okay. How'd that work out last year? They didn't make the playoffs last year. The Packers didn't make the playoffs last year. We owned them. It was our division. We owned the North. And Aaron Rodgers was like, I can't do anything here. There's a dynasty brewing in Minnesota. I got to get out. And he jumped ship to the East Coast.
I don't think that's what...
That's exactly what he did.
I don't think that's what
Jumped ship. He said, I'm out of here.
The Jets...
He saw what Quasi was cooking up.
The Jets are now all around a better team than the Vikings.
That's crazy.
all around a better team.
Do you see the moves we're making?
One of the best defenses in the league.
We just brought in our boy, what's his name? Byron, whatever. We got Marcus Davenport from the Saints. Byron, why can't I remember his last name right now?
I don't think it matters. Why? I'm telling you, the Jets are. I think now the Jets are going to be a top 5 team in the league this year.
Okay, but the Aaron Rodgers effect. I was on your boat. I said the Jets are 1 quarterback away from being a Super Bowl contender. But they didn't just get a quarterback. They didn't just get a really good quarterback. I'll give Aaron Rodgers his flowers. Very, very good quarterback. Hall of Fame quarterback. Once in a generation type talent. Even though you can just listen to him say it because he goes on Pat McAfee and talk. Literally direct quote. He goes, "It's kind of crazy how they treat the best player in the franchise history like that." He said that about himself.
He is.
Okay, but also show some respect to Brett Favre.
He's
same amount of Super Bowls.
Lengths better.
Same amount of Super Bowls.
I don't even think that's a question.
Same amount of Super Bowls.
That doesn't matter.
Same amount of Super Bowls.
That means nothing.
Joe Flacco is same amount of Super Bowls.
That means nothing.
Dude, just win. If you're the best quarterback of all time, like you clearly think you are, win a Super Bowl. Not that hard. Now, they didn't just get a quarterback. The Jets got a quarterback who is now going to be their GM. He is their GM now. Whoever their GM is right now, who brought him in, has lost a job.
I mean, if they end up getting Odell, too.
But they're not.
They might.
Rodgers doesn't like him.
Rodgers asked for him.
He's not going to get him.
Rodgers put him on the wish list.
Yeah, but it's a Christmas list, like a little baby.
He put him on the wish list.
He said, "Give me all these people."
Exactly. But I mean, if that ends up happening, Odell wants to go to the Jets. I mean, that's a powerhouse offense and a powerhouse defense. Like that's just the perfect combination.
On paper, yes, but on paper, the Packers have been good before. And they bring in all these guys where Rodgers you have to spend your money this way. You have to do it this way. And then as soon as any friction happens whatsoever, Rodgers turns around and says, "My GM doesn't give me help. My coach doesn't do this." It's because you are the coach and the GM. Because he makes all the decisions and the world revolves around him. And he's like, I don't know what happened. I don't know why we're not winning Super Bowls.
I don't know.
It's because you're the problem.
I don't think he's the problem. I really don't. I think he wants to win. I think he's a competitor, and I think he's very driven. And I think he gets angry at times, and I think that he sometimes goes out on players that where he shouldn't. But I think that's just being a competitor. Michael Jordan was an asshole.
Yeah,
Michael Jordan was an absolute dick. And if you don't think that he was
but Michael Jordan won. Yeah, Michael Jordan won.
You're right. I don't.
He had reason to be a dick.
If anything, I think the front office should be listening to Aaron Rodgers more.
Oh my gosh.
If anything,
I cannot wait to see. So
you're a little. Let's put this out here right now. You're a little biased.
Yeah. So this is where I'm getting to. So the whole convoluted, messed up thing about this now is when the Packers aren't playing the Vikings, I'm very close to actively rooting for them. Because that's how Aaron Rodgers is so bad of a person. He hates his mom, by the way. People forget that. Doesn't talk to his mom or his whole family. But, right, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about football. He does hate his family. But Aaron Rodgers, I hated him so much because he's just such a bad human being that it's overshadowed my hatred for the Packers. Where now it's I want Jordan Love to be successful because it would be the biggest middle finger to Aaron Rodgers in the world. But not successful, not we still own the North, we were in the North. But if they want to go 7-9 each year and he balls out, that's fine. Fine by me, as long as we win both games against them and we win in Lambeau and we continue our dynasty that we are creating.
I think that's mature of you, but I also think that Aaron Rodgers he might win a Super Bowl this year.
No.
How would you feel about that if that happened?
Honestly, I'd get over it. Depends on the Vikings. Well, because I'm not a yes, I hate Aaron Rodgers, but I don't hate the Jets. So just go do your thing. Go. It's all right. It's
Can you imagine a Jets-Vikings Super Bowl?
No. It's if it's like this. If you break up with a girl, you're the one who dumped a girl. And then she goes and gets in a relationship, the good-looking dude. It's yeah, you can be oh, man, that, stinks. But, you still, it's still whatever. We still kicked him out. We still won the North and forced him out. That's how I feel. So, like, you can have a little bit of, like, man, that stings a bit, but
I don't
at
know.
the end of the day, it doesn't linger. It doesn't sit with you because you made that choice. We made the choice to build a great team in Minnesota, win the North, create a dynasty that he sees coming. He's a smart man. He may be dumb, but he's a smart man.
Kirk is on his way out, dude. You guys don't have a quarterback. You guys don't have a quarterback.
Okay, but we now have a plan. We have a GM who has a plan. We've restructured everything. And as of right now, we have the best quarterback, wide receiver, tight end, and running back in the division. And I don't even think it's close.
Who's your running back?
Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook ain't going to do shit this year. He didn't do shit last year.
He's still better than the alternatives.
Who's your division?
Packers, Bears, Lions.
Bears are going to be nasty.
Not as good, though. The Bears still have no pieces.
Justin Fields is basically the best running back in that division.
Okay, if you want to, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Justin Fields is the best running back, but that even proves our point with the quarterback situation. So, again, I think that analogy is like I dumped a girl, and she went on. She got a cute little eye candy boyfriend. And they're like, okay,
I think a Super Bowl is a little bit more than an eye candy boyfriend. I think
on paper, it hasn't proven anything yet.
If they got one, though.
If they get one, then that's like they're getting engaged. It's like them getting engaged. Like, at that point, I'm so moved on, or it doesn't even affect me. They get a ring.
I don't know, man.
Go get your ring, man. Go get your ring. It's not going to happen. I don't think it's going to work out, but I'm not going to actively root against it because I don't care anymore.
How many games will the Jets win next year? Over, under?
11. I'll say 11. There's going to be rocky starts. They're going to be like 3-3. Everyone's going to be like, Rodgers is washed, and then they'll go on a run, and they'll back into the playoffs. They'll be a wild card. They're not winning that division. Bills are winning that division. They might get third in that division. Dolphins are loading up quietly. They are quietly loading up that roster.
Dolphins are loading up.
All right.
Basketball time.
Basketball time. You're right. I just had to get that off my chest.
I feel you. It's okay.
I felt very good.
It's all right.
Like this is one of the best days of my life. And Aaron Rodgers is gone. But let's get into your bracket. They've already heard my bracket. Let's start with, how do you want to do this? Do you want to do round by round or region by region?
We'll go region by region.
Okay, so let's start in the South with Alabama as the 1.
All right. Let me pull it up.
How's that look for you?
I made a shit ton of brackets, but I'm going to do the one that I filled out on paper.
You're a multiple bracket guy?
I'm in multiple different leagues.
You got to have one bracket.
No, dude. I'm in multiple different leagues.
That's my pet peeve with March. Like, you get one bracket. Like, this is my bracket.
This is the one that I'm more... I made like a flip coin, like a coin flip bracket. Just for shits.
Because then now you can hedge every single time. If you lose, like, at least I had it in my coin flip bracket. Loser talk.
All right. Go region by region. Go the South.
Yeah, let's do the South without.
You going game by game?
Yeah, every single game I want to pick.
Obviously, Bama's. All right, Bama's winning game 1.
Okay.
I got West Virginia beating Maryland. I don't like Big Ten teams. I don't like Big Ten teams.
Everyone and their mother has West Virginia. It's like 80% of the public.
I think the whole world has figured out that the Big Ten doesn't show up in March. I have select teams.
Oh yeah,
win a couple of games.
I was gonna say Big Ten doesn't show up in March.
That'll
look at your East bracket.
That'll win a couple of games.
Okay.
But unless you're, all right,
okay.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Going. I have San Diego State beating Charleston because everyone is so heavy on Charleston for this game, and I do think San Diego State's actually a decent team. They have a couple of guards that are actually pretty good.
Yeah.
So I got San Diego State there. I got Furman beating Virginia because they shoot the ball like cannons. They're just run and gun team, and they shoot threes like out of the zoo. It's
one of those things, like both those games are like matchups where it feels like, oh, everyone's on these.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're at the point now where there's so much content and like
people know ball.
There's so much content and like videos and TikToks or Instagram, whatever, about all these games that you could say that with every single upset.
For sure.
You'd be like, oh, everyone's on that.
For sure.
Like eventually, like some of them have to be right.
For sure.
So I won't push back on that. I have that as well.
I got Creighton beating NC State. I don't think NC State's very good. I got, let's see here, Baylor beating UCSB, which a lot of people are on California, Santa Barbara. in that game.
I am.
You are?
I am on UCF.
I don't like
That's a logo pick.
I don't like it strictly because I think Baylor in the last couple of years has shown up pretty heavily in the tournament. They won the tournament how many years ago? 2020?
Yeah, COVID.
2020,
Did
right?
they lose
COVID.
first round last year?
Yes, they did. Maybe.
And then they lost to they had another
Who's
loss.
their coach?
Scott Drew.
Yeah, he's one of the. Yeah, he's a Drew. Yeah, I think they're going to come out of that game.
Oh yeah, they're top of the Big 12, so it's hard to really root against them.
I got Utah State beating Missouri and Arizona beating Princeton in the bottom two of that region.
Okay.
And then I got. So we'll go back to the top.
Yep.
Bama beats West Virginia.
Okay.
I think Bama is a powerhouse. I watched them play in that SEC final game, and they were a powerhouse. Furman beats San Diego State.
Okay.
Furman makes it to the Sweet 16. Okay.
So we have the exact same top of this bracket.
Do we really?
Yeah.
We did not fill this out together at all.
Game for game. I was so mad at you when you had Furman in the Sweet 16. So my bracket hasn't changed since that day.
My bracket hasn't changed. Yeah. Creighton beats Baylor.
Okay.
And Zona beats Utah State. And then Bama beats Furman up top. Mm-hmm. And Creighton makes it to the Elite Eight, beating Arizona. And then Alabama comes out, and Alabama's your Final Four team in the South.
Okay, I have Alabama coming out of that region as well. It feels like it's them or them or some crazy team. I don't think Arizona's going to do it for some reason.
They just don't seem like they have the firepower to score enough points.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't see them putting up 80 when they need to one game. Like Alabama could put up 90.
It feels like Alabama's round of 32 game may be their hardest until the Elite Eight.
Yeah, I could see. Yeah, the West Virginia game.
Oh, basically saying their Sweet 16 game feels like a cakewalk for them if they can get there. Whether it's Virginia, San Diego State, Charleston, or Furman.
Yeah.
If it's one of those teams, it feels like if they can get to Sweet 16, they're a shoo-in for the Elite Eight.
Yeah,
I don't think they're losing to any of those teams.
I think that's right. I don't even think Arizona would be a matchup for Bama if they ended up making it to Elite Eight.
Yeah. There's a few teams that can match up with them.
Yeah.
All right, let's move. Which one do you want to do next? You want to do the East?
Yeah, we'll go East.
All right, moving on down.
Which I think is the hardest bracket to pick. The hardest region to pick. By far.
Yeah.
Purdue gets to round one. Memphis makes it to round two. Memphis beats Florida Atlantic. Duke beats Oral Roberts. A lot of people are on Oral Roberts because of that Max Abmas guy.
Yeah.
He's
I've almost gone
baller.
I've gone back and forth where it's like everyone's on Oral Roberts, so I'm going Duke. But now enough people are on Duke because they're so hot that I'm back on Oral Roberts, and it's just this little cycle where it's like flip a coin.
I think that whatever that over-under is, the over is going to hit. I think there'd be a lot of points that game. I
just feel like Duke has the best chance of beating Purdue, so I picked Duke.
Yeah.
So you're taking Duke as well?
Louisiana beats Tennessee. We watched Tennessee. We bet on Tennessee together that one game, and I said to myself, I'm never putting faith in Tennessee ever again.
Yep, that's just a system play.
It's a system play. It's a legacy bet.
Yep.
So I got Louisiana making it to round two. I got Kentucky beating Providence. Another system bet. We bet on Providence.
Providence as well. Yep. Those are two teams where we bet them, saw them play. We're like, wait, these are bad teams.
They weren't good. And I think Calipari is still... I still think he knows how to coach in March. And this Kentucky team actually is not bad.
He's arguably coaching for his job because if he loses to Providence that first round,
I could see him retiring.
The hot seed. He'll do that, retire, and then he'll coach somewhere else next year.
Yeah, I could see that. But I think Kentucky is still actually a pretty good team. I have Montana State beating Kansas State. System play, Big Ten team. I don't believe in them. There's few Big Ten teams that are going to make it. Who's a Big Ten team? Kansas State.
Kansas State?
Kansas State is
simply not a Big Ten team.
No, they're not. But I do have Montana State beating Kansas State.
You're betting against Keontae Johnson?
Yes.
That seems a little insensitive, but
yeah, well, you know.
Yeah, happens.
Michigan State wins. They beat USC, and I have with the biggest upset in the tournament, Vermont beating Marquette.
The Catamounts.
The Catamounts of Vermont beating Marquette. They've been to the big dance multiple times.
I always get screwed with
They know what they're doing. I think there's possibility. I think Marquette's the worst 2 seed, and I think what was I just about to say?
Vermont.
I think this whole bracket, like the whole tournament in general, is going to be fucked. Like there's going to be some upsets that are just like record-setting upsets.
It feels like the 15s are way stronger across the board than the 14s.
Yeah, I mean, up in the
I don't know.
Colgate is a good team.
Terrifies me.
Terrifying.
As a Longhorn fan since day one, Colgate terrifies.
Colgate is top 3 in 3
UNC Asheville's solid, and then Princeton, like anyone out of Ivy League, feels like they always put up a fight.
Right.
A scary.
These 15 teams are actually good.
Yeah. I think that we're gonna get one, and yeah, I hope it's UCLA just because I have them losing the soonest.
Do you?
Yeah,
that's an interesting choice.
I'm losing Northwestern.
They do have that guy who just got injured.
I think Boo Booey's just gonna drop 40 on them in the second round.
I don't trust Big Ten teams.
So you have Purdue. Memphis.
I do have Purdue. So Purdue, Memphis. I do have Purdue making it through Memphis, strictly because I think they're gonna have Zach Edey drop 40 maybe.
Edey's gonna have one game.
He's gonna have one
game in the tournament where it's like, oh yeah, he's the best player in the world,
right?
In college basketball.
Yeah. I have Duke beating Louisiana, Kentucky beats Montana State, and Michigan State beats Vermont. And then for the Sweet 16, I have Duke beating Purdue. I think they're too fast. If you have a good coach, I was talking with my dad about this last night. I was like, if you have a good coach on a college basketball team in a Power 5 conference in March, where all you're trying to do is win, you're not trying to teach your players anything, you're not trying to like coach them through things, you're not trying to like make it hard for them so they get better at the end of the season. And if you're just trying to win, 75% of the game you should be pressing Purdue.
Oh yeah,
75%. Like
I don't think these schools like watch tape. Like how are they? Everyone who's watched Purdue at all knows like, hey, just press.
These like Fletcher Lawyer, Braden Smith, and what's his name? The 25, the other white guy.
Ethan Morton.
Yeah, they cannot dribble the basketball out of press. They can't.
You have to have like the guards that can press for 75% of the game because some people just like some teams don't have those guards. Like
Duke's long though.
Duke does. That's why I think
they're fast and they're long. So I think that'll happen.
They might not have the guards. I think they have the length.
I think that's what's going to happen in that game. Duke beats Purdue to make it to the Elite Eight, and then I got Michigan State beats Kentucky.
Okay.
And Michigan State is my Final Four team. I just said Big Ten teams, but I love Tom Izzo, and I think Walker is going to put on a March show. He might average 35 points a game like Carson Edwards did back in like 2018. Okay. So I think that's what's going to happen there.
All right, let's move over to the Midwest.
Houston wins. Auburn beats Iowa.
That's another game I feel like no one's on Iowa. Everyone's hating on the Big Ten in the 8-9 games, which will be interesting because they're in 3 of them.
Miami beats Drake. I'm on that just because so many people are on Drake.
Yeah.
So many people are on Drake to win that game. Indiana beats Kent State. I have Pitt, who just won last night, beating Iowa State.
Did you watch that game?
I watched the first half a little bit, and they looked horrible.
That's what so many people have the winner of that game, but I don't think they watched that game last night.
They looked horrible. That was a horrible game. I watched like the first half for a little bit. And I was like, this is bad.
And they were hot, too. Pitt was like, they shot 70% from 3 in the first half. Like, they couldn't miss, and Mississippi State still had a chance. And Mississippi State was bad.
Yeah, that didn't look good.
So
that did not look good.
But there is something like one of the playing games always wins. So
yeah. Xavier beats Kennesaw State. Penn State beats A&M, and Texas beats Colgate. And then back up top, I got Houston beating Auburn. IU beats Miami.
Okay.
I don't really. All right, I'll get into that later.
That's the only scratch out in my bracket. I had IU at first, and I scratched out, put Miami. I think their guard play is still good. I know they're not 100% healthy.
So I think the only team in the Big Ten that actually doesn't play like a Big Ten team is IU. Strictly because they can shoot the 3 pretty well. Hood Schifino is one of the best guards in the nation, which Big Ten teams aren't really known to have. And they got the big guy in Trace Walker.
I feel like they're Trace Jackson.
Trace Jackson.
I feel like their floor is so much lower than the other Big Ten teams, though. They have a higher ceiling than almost anyone in the Big Ten. But when they're bad, they're bad.
Well, I think Hood-Schifino's kind of the X factor. And Renew, Malik Renew, he's actually when you put him and Trace Jackson Davis in at the same time in that game, they're kind of unstoppable. Because they both can score the ball kind of at will inside the paint, and they're big time defenders. So
the Kent State game will be interesting because Kent State's apparently solid. I mean, obviously didn't watch much Kent State basketball, but a lot of people are picking the same thing on the other side of the bracket, like the Charleston Furman. People are looking at Kent State and Drake in the same, where like that could go either way.
Yeah,
and the spread's only like 3 points.
The IU Kent State spread.
Yeah, Vegas is all over Kent State.
Jeez.
There's not a lot of big spreads at all, which is going to make an awesome tournament.
There's not at all. I got Xavier beating Pitt and Texas beating Penn State, and then I got IU beating Houston.
Okay, interesting. Mm-hmm. Is that
I don't know.
Healthy?
I don't know if Sasser's healthy. I don't know how good Houston really is because they really don't play anybody.
They're freaking good, man.
They really don't play anybody.
They're freaking good, man.
We'll see. I haven't watched a lot of Houston basketball this year, but I don't really know how good they are. I mean, they had like the easiest strength of schedule out of all the, almost all the
they still
number one seeds. Texas beats Xavier, and then Texas beats IU.
I like that. I'm along with that.
Texas
right with my Longhorns. Hook them, baby. One more sleep. One more sleep to Longhorn basketball.
In the West, Kansas wins. Arkansas beats Illinois. VCU beats St. Mary's. UConn beats UConn beets Iona.
That'll be a fun game.
Arizona State, they're gonna win tonight, and then they're gonna beat TCU.
I have the winner of that game winning as well. I think it's gonna be Nevada.
Nevada.
Yeah, I'm joining the just fade the public side of March.
You gotta follow my
my system is here. If I see that 70% or more of the public is on a team, I'm betting the other team. And 71% of the public, last time I checked, was on
Arizona
State. So good. I'm taking. It was the same last night though. If I would have developed the system 24 hours earlier, I would have won both my bets because Mississippi State had like 75% of the public.
What about Pitt? I told you to bet Pitt.
You did. They won. So 70% of the public, and I bet
Mississippi State was okay. Yeah.
Okay. They had so.
I got you.
System play, just strictly fading the public.
Zags beat Grand Canyon. Northwestern beats Boise State. UCLA beats UNC Asheville. Chalk at the bottom of the board. And then Kansas is going to beat Arkansas, which I kind of went back and forth on.
That's a game that can make or break my bracket.
That could be interesting. VCU beats UConn to make it to the Sweet 16 for the second time. Okay. Gonzaga beats Arizona State. And UCLA beats Northwestern. And then
Kansas VCU.
Kansas beats VCU. UCLA beats the Zags. And UCLA is your Final Four team.
Not worried about injuries?
Nope.
All right. Cronin, Mr. March Jr., I guess.
Final Four teams. We got Bama versus MSU and Texas versus UCLA. I got Bama beating Michigan State and Texas beating UCLA for the tournament game. Championship game, Bama, Texas. I got Texas as my winner.
Hell yeah. So we have the same championship, same winner. I'm riding with that because I got both. I have futures on both those teams, Bama and Texas. I got Bama 9-1, which is still sitting pretty good because they're like 5-1 now. And I had Texas 25-1 kid. That's what they're calling me in the Longhorn message boards. You know, they're like, oh, who's this 25-1 kid? They're like, oh, it's me.
I think I don't know. If Texas can not turn the ball over, they'll be fine.
We're fine, dude. I'm telling you, we're clicking, man. We're ready to roll. I'm going to be doing... I won't do a live stream for the Colgate game, just based on timing, because there's a lot of other games going on. But I think for the A&M game A&M or Penn State game, if we win, we don't look ahead. One game at a time. But if we win the round of 64, I think I'm going to do a live stream for every game after that.
I think I saw a stat where it was like Texas is one of the only teams in the country, if not the only team, to be top 10 top 5 in offense, I think it was, and top 20 in defense.
Hell yeah.
In overall defense.
We're a well-rounded team. What can I say?
That's pretty.
Let's do a quick recap this way. Wins. I want to find the earliest top seed you have losing. So like, when's the earliest 1 seed you have losing? Do you have all 1 seeds making the Sweet 16? I think you did because you have Purdue winning, you have Bama winning, you have Houston winning. Okay, so all 1 seeds making the Sweet 16.
I kind of don't like shit. I didn't think about that, but yeah, I do.
Do you have all 1 seeds making the... No, because you have Purdue losing the Sweet 16. You have...
Houston loses in the Sweet 16.
Houston loses in the Sweet 16, and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 seeds. I guess you have Marquette losing first round.
Zona loses in the Sweet 16. Texas and UCLA both make it to the Final Four.
3 seeds. Do you have any 3 seeds losing first round? Oh, you have Kansas State.
Yeah, I got Kansas State losing.
And you have Gonzaga making a decent run, Xavier winning, and you have 3 seed Baylor. You're Baylor winning. Yeah. That's an upset pick.
Yeah.
And then last one, 4 seed. You have Virginia winning, correct? No, you have Furman.
No, I got Furman.
You got Furman and Louisiana.
Yeah.
UConn winning and IU winning. Okay. All right. For everyone watching on YouTube and TikTok, I'm posting all Good Times brackets here shortly, probably around 6-ish. So we're going to wrap the show early. I'm going to post all the brackets if you want to bet along with us, ride along with us, whatever you want to do, fade us, probably the better idea. But shout out to... Oh, what's up, Madison? How we doing? Yeah, we're going to post all the graphics there. And then we have Battleflix quarterfinal number 3 goes live at 7 o'clock. You see Jake and his partner Cam taking on the 7 seed, Mr. and Miss Unlimited, in a battle for the ages. You don't want to miss that one. Catch up on the other quarterfinal matchups that have already aired because semis kick off next week, and then Championship Monday is less than 2 weeks away. So make sure you stay up to date on all that stuff. Happy March Madness Eve, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I wish you guys all the best. If you're betting tomorrow, if you're just enjoying tomorrow. Honestly, I'm jealous of you if you can just sit back and enjoy basketball tomorrow. I wish I was like that. We're going to do a lot of live streams and stuff once the tournament gets closer to ending, as my Texas Longhorns make a run at it. Please let the Texas Longhorns make a run at it.
I'm in for that.
That would be incredible. But thanks, everyone, for watching. Happy March. Go watch Battleflix. And we'll see you not tomorrow. No live stream. Oh, yeah, no bum tomorrow because
basketball.
So go watch basketball. But thanks, guys. We'll see you guys soon. Peace.